Matter of fact, it's going to get so cold that the National Weather Service has issued a hard freeze warning. That's in effect tonight through noon tomorrow because temperatures are going to struggle to get outside of that hard freeze criteria. I'm forecasting temperatures across central Texas as cold as 0 degrees.
This week has been crazy. And today I wanted to talk about my wife and I's experience with this storm, what it was like to live in this time, and ultimately kind of what we learned from this week of surviving. To start, I'm from Boston. I've been through blizzards. I've seen 10, 20 inches of snow in a matter of hours, and I've had to shovel all of that snow. Being in Austin, being in Texas, this storm was not about the amount of snow. It was the fact that we didn't have electricity, which really means we didn't have heat. Prior to this storm, we had heard reports of, hey, there's going to be snow. But again, for me being in the north, 4 inches of snow is like nothing. And I always know that Texas always freaks out. People always are freaking out in Texas about their storms. And so it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. And it's usually not a big deal. But not once in those reports, at least for me, and maybe I'm wrong in this, but like nobody was thinking, hey, you know what? This could be super cool that like maybe 40% of you guys are not gonna have electricity. Had I heard that, that would have changed the fact of how Christina and I would have prepared for this storm. So the storm hits, we wake up Monday with no power. We're told that there's gonna be rolling blackouts, but the issue is that these rolling blackouts never happen. So at a certain point within Monday, we realize, I don't know if the heat is actually gonna come on, but we were told, hey, be prepared that it might be till Tuesday. So we're thinking, okay, one day without, heat or electricity or wire, that's not a big deal. We can do that. We've got enough food here. But things got a little bit worse after that.
So my apartment is completely flooding right now. I'm gonna walk around to see if there's anything wrong. There are no lights, there's no electricity. Okay, you can't really see this, but my whole hallway is now bursted open. The pipes, there they are, the zeros. It's 6 o'clock, so it's starting to get dark out here. So I feel like we are back in the time before electricity. We can only read, that's literally all we can do today, which is not a bad thing, but we're trying to conserve our food, trying to conserve just energy. We are bundled up. I'm in my bed right now. 4 layers of pants, 3 layers of jackets, sweaters, and we've got...
I brought ammo.
We brought ammo, which is tea lights to light it up in this bedroom to hopefully get a little bit of light so we can read to then maybe go to sleep. So that's the update.
So we made it through the first day, Monday, and luckily our apartment was not flooded by any of the pipes bursting and we had enough food. But at this point, we had to start figuring out how we were going to get more food. We needed to get some water, and honestly, we were just so freezing. We heard that there was an H-E-B, which is a major grocer here in Texas, was open, so that's where we went.
Okay, so the H-E-B was closed. Their generators were not able to turn on. So lots of people were there, but we all had to leave, which was sad. But we kept driving, and we happened to find a small hotel, a Hyatt, and it has a Starbucks, and we got Starbucks. We got coffee. I don't like Starbucks, but man, I have never been so excited for a warm cup of coffee. So we've got Starbucks. We tried to see if we could check into the hotel, but they are completely booked. We are back at the house. There is no hotels open. We felt like the best thing to do is just to be home. Okay, so our next door neighbors, they have power, but we don't. We don't have power. But look, there's power somewhere in our apartment. Are you freaking kidding me? Ours is completely turned off. Frack. How is that possible?
Okay, we're outside our neighbor's apartment,
in the hallway, there is a plug. And so we're boiling some water for some tea. So we've been boiling water. We have a warm drink. And we're just here sitting, hoping that maybe something with our apartment will turn on, and that will be good. But it's a good sign that the apartment building has power, but it's just so great to have warm water.
We woke up on Wednesday and the apartment complex, where the little parts that had electricity were out again. So we felt like, dang it, the one thing that we were holding on to is the fact that we could like wake up and like warm up some water. Now we couldn't warm up any water, and that was really hard.
We woke up and there was another storm last night. And you can see all these trees are completely down, which is crazy. And it's currently just like raining right now, which makes it terrible for the weather to get better, to improve, to melt the ice. And instead it's creating ice, which makes it a lot harder to get power back on in this apartment and in Texas. Apparently there's a pizza shop that is open. So we're gonna try and get some food from them. And I think we have enough to make it through today. And we got a hotel room for tomorrow night. So worst comes to worst, we have a hotel room and we'll get a nice warm shower and some Wi-Fi. We got freaking pizza, baby! Oh my gosh. This is the greatest thing ever. They didn't have gluten-free, but Christina's gonna risk it.
We only stood outside for an hour and a half in the cold.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to this pizza. I cannot believe it. This is the greatest thing that's happened. It's the small things.
No, I can't. Wait.
Oh!
We were going to sleep on Wednesday night filled with hope, and the fact that we had hot pizza was the greatest thing ever. That pizza was truly the best tasting pizza I've ever had because of the moment, the need, the sauce, everything. It was just perfect. And the fact that we knew that we just needed to survive one night just to get into a hotel room so we could just take a bath, take a shower, that was everything for us. And so just being able to go to sleep was like knowing that we had hope for the future was so helpful. But at 11:30 at night, we are woken by this crazy loud fire alarm, and it's super loud, blaring. We wake up and we're like, what the heck? But then also we notice that our lights are on, and then we're like, oh, our electricity is on, but there's a fire alarm. So we have to like bundle up, get out of the apartment to figure out what the heck is going on.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It turns out because of the pipes bursting, all the water levels were like super low, and which when the electric comes on, it trips the sensors to say, hey, fire department, they have no water in their sprinklers. There could be a fire. So then we had to wait for the fire department to come here, turn off the fire alarm, but we got to come into our apartment and we started to heat up the apartment. 55 degrees in an apartment felt like it was like 90 degrees. It felt so warm compared to 38 degrees. We were just so thankful that we could start to heat up our apartment. We ended up staying up that night just because we were like, oh my gosh, we haven't had electricity. We started watching some Netflix. We took a hot bath and just sat in there just to like de-thaw ourselves because we were just so cold for so many days. And it was so amazing just to be able to like actually like be warm for once. And we didn't think that this was going to happen, and so just like that surprise was just amazing. And it felt like, okay, now we are moving forward. We're able to like get through this, and like feeling like there was some sort of end to this kind of chaos was really encouraging for us.
We are happy, we're dancing in the sunlight and the electricity. Woo! Christina, are you happy?
Yesterday was the best day of my life.
Best day. When we got electricity, that was the best day ever.
And then on Friday, kind of came to a point where we're like, okay, we need water, we need food. And so a lot of the stores hadn't really been stocked up. Like this is an image of Target. There's nothing in Target right now. But luckily, we were able to go to Whole Foods. We were able to get some food, get some bottled water to kind of hold us over for like the weekend, and then be able to kind of, hopefully as stores kind of get back to normal, delivery gets back to normal, stores will be restocked and we can get back to kind of like normal grocery shopping and water. So where do we go from here? What did I learn? What should we take from this crazy time? Again, I don't want to make this political because I don't think that really bears any fruit for the situation. My goal was to kind of just show you the human side or experience of this storm. This is just one story. This is my story. This is mine and Christina's story. But there are so many other people that have probably had it worse than I did. I'm so blessed. I know I'm talking from a place of privilege because, Christina and I, we do make great money, so we can pay for food at Whole Foods. We can go and buy extra bottles of water. We only have each other. We're not providing for a whole family, and so we had it good in a lot of ways. Even though it was really hard to live in this apartment, we did have it good. My point in all that is that we were able to learn that, we get to worry about work. We get to worry about like stupid drama in society. It feels stupid because today or, this week, we were just focusing on surviving. We were focusing on how do we get food and how do we get water. We don't usually think about those things. We don't usually worry about those things. And most people in America don't have to worry about those things. And so we're able, because we have our, just essential needs met most of the time, we get to worry about other things. We get to think about our relationship with God because we're not focused on where am I going to get my water from. So we start to think about some bigger issues or existential crisis that's happening in our life, but we get to have that. And I think because of this time, because of living in a time where we're just trying to survive, I am so grateful that I get to have those worries. I get to think about those things because I know that my essential needs are being met. And I'm now even more grateful that I have electricity. And even just seeing how my life is so fragile without electricity, like literally everything besides reading a book, everything else has electricity involved with it. Cooking, even the basic needs of cooking. I can't cook because my oven is electricity, like an electric stove, right? So it's like even some of the most basic things in my life outside of literally reading has to do with electricity. And I don't think I've ever been so grateful for electricity until today, until this week. And being able to have that experience, although it was hard, it just gives me so much more gratitude in my life. And I think really kind of the impetus behind this video is to maybe help show you to have more gratitude for the smaller things, the things that we don't really see, but are so essential to our life, to be grateful for those things. The other thing that I learned was, not really learned, but just kind of like was able to experience was I got to meet my neighbors, become friends with people in lines, whether it be from waiting for groceries or waiting for hot pizza. I was able to make friends and meet our neighbors. See, Christina and I moved into our apartment during the pandemic. We got married in the pandemic. So when we moved into our apartment together, we couldn't meet our neighbors. We're not knocking on doors saying, hey, what's up? We just moved in because it's the pandemic. You don't just talk to random strangers like that. You don't know what people are safe with or not safe with. So we've really kind of been isolated in our apartment. So just within this week, we're able to check in with our neighbors and get to meet them. And we actually have like stories to kind of connect us with, and I think we were bonded with the people that we live with in this building because of this crazy, chaotic experience. And same with the people in lines, whether it was waiting for pizza or the groceries. Because of this, we had some, mutual connection, this bond, this catalyst for a friendship. And I think that is so cool that we're now able to create friends because of this. And I don't think we would have really made an effort or been able to meet our neighbors had we not have this event happen. And I think too, just in general, when we have our needs met and we're able to have electricity, we're also able to consume. We're able to have so many distractions in life that we easily forget about our neighbors. And when all of those things are gone and when you're trying to survive, you can only count on your community around you. And I think the need for community is so strong. And I think being grateful about that now is so special. I think too, speaking of community, the city of Austin is incredible. Businesses were giving out free meals. Other companies were paying for meals. It was just an incredible just scene or a few days of just so many businesses coming together and, you know, really making efforts to serve the people of Austin especially. And I know that there's probably so many other examples outside of Austin. I just only can speak from my experience. And I love to see that. That's why I love the city so much, is that people want to help each other. Austinites, we love Austin and we love our community. We want to keep each other safe. And in the most chaotic week of Austin in a long time, we came together. And I think we want to show that as an example of what it is to really be a city. You know, I think so many cities are, you know, so independent. People are independent. But in Austin, it's all about the community. And you can see that in this past week with everybody paying for hotel rooms for the homeless, giving out free meals. I mean, it's just incredible. All the work that just happened so quickly. People just bonded together and just started doing work to help others and just not even like thinking about it. It was just natural. Before FEMA came in here, businesses are doing work, and that's what I love to see. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos like this video, because that helps this video get out to more people so that they can see this experience. And again, my experience is just one experience. There's just so many other crazy experiences, and there's also so many amazing, beautiful stories that are being told that come from this. If you want to donate, I'm going to put down like a list of some places you can donate to help so many other people. There are still so many families that don't have water or electricity, and there are a lot of families that are hurting. You know, pipes burst in their house and now it's completely flooded. Apartments have been flooded, buildings, businesses. So a lot of these funds go to help those different people that are really hurting in this time. And yeah, thanks so much for supporting Texas, supporting Austin. And it's crazy that it's literally 72 degrees out right now, because it was like 9 degrees and freezing literally a week ago. But I'm happy for the sun, I'm happy for the warmth, and I'm just grateful for the small things that are actually really big things, like electricity. We take it for granted. Don't take things for granted in your life. Try to think about how you can just live a more grateful life. And yeah, it just gives you just live a better life when you're grateful for things. And so yeah, just have a different perspective on that. And I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. Soul Cycle, here we come. Just going on a little quick spin, get the body moving, get the temperature up, because it's cold. But I think if we move our bodies, that will be helpful. I also feel like this would be the worst thing to do, which would be to expend your energy. But I feel like being warm right now is what we're gonna do. So if we were in a dire situation with no food, I'd probably say don't expend your energy. But since we have some food, I feel like the science checks out. Could be wrong though.